Chelsea Football Club were building something special. Cole Palmer's coming out with chest after Chelsea win the Club World Cup. He speaks his mind. Enzo Moresca built a team with mentality, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to review the season because now the season's officially over. But there were 2.5 things, yes, 2.5 things I didn't like about yesterday. I'm going to talk to you about it. And honestly, I think it's important that we get it out of the way first because it's arguably taking our sport in a direction that I don't like. But before we get started, Chelsea were victorious in the Club World Cup. All of you should be over the moon. The rivals are crying like Enzo Fernandez's tears of joy. Theirs are tears of burden and pain because for the next 4 years, and we're all going to say it again, we are champions of the world. You'll never sing that. Every ground we go to, that needs to be the start, that needs to be the finish, and that needs to be hit at the middle. If we're losing 2-0, doesn't matter, sing the song. Because these boys deserve it. This is a huge trophy. People are going to say, no, it's not. I'm going to tell you it is. Because in 20 years' time, when there have been numerous occasions of this trophy, everybody will remember who the first winners were. And God willing, we will be in them again and we'll pick up more. And then we will have heritage abroad the way we do in the Champions League, the way we do in the Europa League, even now in the Conference League. We have won the Club World Cup once, we've won the International Cup once, and now we are back to where we belong. Head of London, and now in a case to go make ourselves the best club in England again. Before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Today is going to be a very, very proud video for all of us. Let's get it cracking. Look, I want to talk about Enzo Moresca first, then we'll get into the Cole Palmer things, then the 2.5 things I don't like, and then we're going to review the season. So it's a good season. Buckle up, it's going to be a great video. I want to talk about Enzo Moresca. Enzo Moresca deserves praise. And I'm going to tell you right now, right? There's a lot of people that came to this channel in a period where we were awful. For 9 games in a row, right? We were absolutely awful. I think we won 2 and we like dropped points religiously during that period, right? Because if you remember the season, till Everton, I think that was game 18, we were the second best team in the league. Then we had 9 games from game week 19 all the way to game week 27. We were absolutely abysmal. We were 16th. And then since that point, all the way till the end of the season, we were the second best team in the league again. That's the tables. That's the facts. I'm not saying an opinion. It's just purely facts. And a lot of people came here and said 2 things to me. You're a brown envelope. And I said, what? Like, I kept on asking the question, why am I a brown envelope? You support Blueco. And I said to you, I agree with a few things Blueco do, but I disagree with a lot of what they do as well. The only difference between me and you is I don't believe in the protest. And I'm telling you right now, when everybody was yelling, Alex, why aren't you talking about the protest? Alex, why aren't you encouraging people to protest? I said, because in November, we were singing we got our Chelsea back. Then 9 games went badly. Everyone wants to protest. And surprise, surprise, we're in a position now where people are saying we've got our Chelsea back. So what changed? Because we've got the same directors, we've got the same owners, we've got the exact same transfer strategy. What changed? Results. And for me, we can't judge people of 9 games. If you judge people of 9 games, you're going to have to sack any manager. Pep Guardiola would get sacked. I'm telling you right now, this is not the way to go. And that's the first thing. You need to back the manager. You need to back the project. And the reason I say you need to back the project is because this project is showing us the fruits of its labor now. We've struggled. We really did. It wasn't good enough when we finished 12th, but you know what? They improved to 6th. It wasn't good enough when we finished 6th. Who was the first one leading the charge saying it's not good enough? We need to get rid of Poch. Me. But guess what? I told you why we needed to get rid of Poch. But guess who told you back Moresca? Consistently. Me. You all call me brown envelope. Religiously, you lot said I'm the worst content creator on here because I only say positive. I don't only say positives. I just don't like being overly negative. I love this club. Yesterday highlighted to me more than ever, yeah, how much I was jumping up and down, how much I was so happy for the players. I was looking at Cole Palmer. I loved it. I saw Enzo Fernandez crying. I'm like, bro, you deserve this because the stick you got, you deserve this. Certain man was saying John Joe Shelby, man. Culture Clams is a great content creator. And honestly, the fact that he said something like John Joe Shelby and it stuck highlights how amazing he is at his job. But people need to do better because people have taken it and ran with it. And guess what? Enzo Fernandez now has been in 10 finals. Enzo Fernandez has won 10 finals. John Joe Shelby can dream about 10 hairs on his head top. And the reality is, we need to be honest now. This project is going in the right direction. We need to back the manager. And the second thing about the manager, Enzo Moresca is a winner. He is a winner. Enough with the championship manager label. I don't want to hear that anymore. He's a championship manager. Because what I'm going to tell you is his first season in the championship, 68% win rate, won the league title there. A lot of people say he was managing Leicester, he should have won the league title. How many times have we seen managers that should win league titles not win league titles? He won the league title. Great. Bravo. We gave him a round of applause. They got promoted. Guess what happened straight after that? Comes to Chelsea Football Club. 4th place with the youngest squad. 4th place with the youngest squad. Close to Arsenal in 3rd. Then 2 trophies. Conference League, has to win it. Guess what he does? He does it in style. A Club World Cup. Everybody was saying last day is as far as Chelsea will go. Chelsea aren't good enough. It's a young squad. They're not going to be motivated. They're not going to take it seriously. Not only did Chelsea win it, Chelsea scored the most goals. Chelsea defended really well. Chelsea set a blueprint. And Chelsea now have this bounce and this aura that they're going to take into this season. We've got a manager that's built intelligence. We've got a manager that's built mentality. Just look at the way that we play games now. Look at Levi Colwill, look at Cucurella, look at Enzo, look at Caicedo, look at Cole Palmer's effort. People have been praising Enrique every single day of the week. Enrique. You would think he's Enrique Iglesias as well as Luis Enrique. You know what I mean? A multi-millionaire because of his singing and football coaching, the way he's getting praised. Multifaceted, triple threat, actor as well. But the reality is, he got Dembele to press. Palmer pressed just as well yesterday. Joao Pedro pressed just as well yesterday. And we performed. And people are going to say, you're getting excited. You're getting carried away. No, I don't. No, I'm not. Because at the start of the season, I said we were going to win 2 trophies. And I said we were going to finish 3rd. Guess what happened? We won 2 trophies. We finished 4th, but we were close enough to go. Whilst certain man on different channels was saying stuff like Levi Colwill needs to be banned for 6 months with no pay because he's absolutely awful. Sell him. Yeah, I'm the one that's overly positive and not really a Chelsea fan. I'm a proper Chelsea fan, man. Let's stop this nonsense. The reality is a lot more people should be giving this team the benefit of doubt rather than calling for the manager out every time we go in the bad run. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer deserves a lot of praise. Cole Palmer came out and spoke about some stuff that, in my opinion, were very interesting. What yesterday showed me is not only has our fan base been annoyed at the rest of the world counting us out, Cole Palmer did. Because his performance was amazing, but straight after the performance, he said something that Levi said in the past, that Enzo said in the past, that James has said in the past, that our manager has said in the past. He said, they all counted us out. You all counted us out. You all spoke shit about us. But guess what? We've done what we've done. And we deserve what we deserve. And it basically was like, and then he added, Enzo Moresca is building something special here. I love that. He backs the manager. He loves the manager. You can tell because he knows it from a young age. And more importantly, and this is the biggest factor here, he is backing his chat on the pitch. He's not just talking. And Levi wasn't just talking. Enzo wasn't just talking. Reece wasn't just talking. They were stepping up. These players are finally learning to step up. And it feels like we've got our Chelsea back. I'm not saying we're going to go and win the league next year, but you know what I am saying? We're going to be in a position where we're going to compete next year. I believe in this manager. I believe in this team. I do think we have weaknesses. If we go and fix those weaknesses, I could say with chest, we're going to win the league. I think the goalkeeper is still an issue. People are going to say, no, it's not. I think it is. I think we need one more centre-half. At the moment, all my emotion, all my pride, all my passion for this team, my joy, my absolute pride of how they've achieved for this team is saying, let's go into the season with Fofana, Toussaint, Chalobah and Colwill. No, you need one more partner. What I would do is get Hato. Go get Hato. Hato covers Cucurella. He can play in the left. Worst thing comes to worst, Levi can move to the right. Once you do that, happy days. Trev can stay, Toussaint can stay. It is important. The reality is, Toussaint is important to Cole Palmer. He's a leader in that dressing room, you can tell. You can also see that Trevor Chalobah did not put a foot wrong and loves Chelsea. And more importantly, he is good. There's one thing to love the club and be rubbish. He loves the club and is very good. He is not the second coming of Levi Colwill. He's not going to be as good as Levi Colwill. But guess what? He'll be a good squad player to be your 3rd or 4th choice centre-back. He can play right-back, he can play centre-back, he can play DM, he can even do a job at left-back if you ask him most probably nicely. So for me, this works out. I think we go get a Hato and then we keep it stepping. There are 2.5 things I didn't like about yesterday. And none of them had to do with Chelsea, right? It was about the direction that football's going in. First of all, a lot of people had an issue, and this is the half, with Donald Trump giving the trophy and then standing there. And you could see by Cole Palmer's face, he was like, what's he doing? And Reece even looked at him, like, you staying? The reality is, this is a moment for the players. And this is something that the players should have celebrated alone. I don't think he needed to be there. You're a government leader. You're an influential person in the world. You're the president of the United States of America. So for me, you're not a player. You can't be there. Like, that's just my opinion. But at the same time, what I am going to say to people is, we're all going to remember that moment. And those players are going to remember that moment. And the reason you're going to remember it is because it's going to be like, yo, do you remember that Club World Cup when Trump was there? Oh my God. Like, that is going to be an expression. And I think that's so important to talk about because it's memories. Like, I remember seeing the photo, right, of Pele with the sombrero on his hat. I think it was in the World Cup at the Mexico. Amazing. At the Qatar World Cup, Messi's got, when the Emir put the gown on him and he looked so sick. He had the black gown and he lifted the World Cup and people were like, oh my God, what are they doing? He should be in Argentina. No, I like it because it gave character to that World Cup. This is the weirdest thing ever, but this just, it gave a representation of America, Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Their president was there celebrating. But it is what it is, you know? Like, some people like it, some people will hate it. I prefer not to mix football and politics, personally. I think Matisse said it perfectly. The only right-wing leader I want is Cole Palmer on that right wing. And for me, that was beautiful to hear. The next thing I want to talk about is, and these two I don't like. Number one, the game's meant to start at 8 in the UK. Why is it 8:08 and the players aren't on the pitch? This ain't the NBA. I do not want this to happen. What I love about football is, I know if I get home at 8, the game's starting at 8. If they tell me it's 7:45, the game would have started at 7:45. We are never late. What I hate, I love the NBA, but what I hate about the NBA is sometimes, yeah, you wake up at 2 a.m., the game's meant to start at 2. You turn on your TV, game don't start for another 20 minutes, it's delayed. This is very annoying. It is very, very American in terms of sport. It gets delayed because the pre-match stuff overruns, and then it's basically you're waiting for it. This isn't a concert. This is a football. You need to be punctual like the trains. If I'm there, if my train says 8 o'clock, I better be there at 7:58. Otherwise, I might miss my train. So please, can we not do that, bring this into football? And secondly, this is the other thing, right? The halftime. Listen, I think it's all cute, you know what I mean? We got to see Doja the Cat, or whatever her name is. We got to see J Balvin. I like J Balvin. I like Thames as well. Very good musician. Like, both of them on my playlist. But I don't watch football to watch Thames and J. I mean this in reality. Apparently Coldplay was there. I don't even know who Coldplay is. I was like, who is this guy? My wife's like, oh, that's Coldplay. I was like, what, his name's Coldplay because it's a band. Why am I meant to know Coldplay? I don't listen to Coldplay. For me, I just think, I came to watch my football. I'm sorry, 24 minutes for a halftime. Halftime is 15 minutes, geezer. It's enough to go to the toilet, go to the fridge, get some food, get back to the chair, watch the rest of my game. You know, 15 minutes is perfect. Now you're getting to 24. 24 will turn into half an hour. Half an hour will turn into 45 minutes. 45 minutes will turn into an hour. Next thing you know, I got Drake performing at the halftime. Whilst I will enjoy that, or Kendrick, I will enjoy that, I don't want to do that. I want to watch the football. The football's the main spectacle. It's enough for the money. So for me, I'm ranting and raving here, but it's frustrating, man. It's absolutely frustrating. And in terms of the overall season, I think we've had a great season. And I want to end this on a happy note. Because think about it, right? Start of the year, I said 3rd and 2 trophies. And if anyone goes and reads those comments, you man cooked me. You lot cooked me. You said you're deluded. You're stupid. What are you talking about? This team is rubbish. We have a championship manager. Now we've got to a position where our championship manager has got us 4th place. 4th place in the Champions League next year, right? Won us a Club World Cup. Positivity beyond compare. Won us a Conference League. We completed the set only for a new set to be open to complete the set. We are a good team. We are a proper institution again. Todd Bowley, Bedard Bali, Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart, you may have destroyed us, but you have rebuilt us in a way. And people are going to say, oh, Alex, you're a brown envelope for saying this. I actually think what they have done for the club in the last 18 months has been very responsible. The wage bill's lower, the club's more sustainable, and we're back into positions where we've won 2 trophies. Right? We've won 2 trophies. I'm never going to, as long as they win trophies, make all the money you want. I swear, I mean this with the bottom of my heart. You win Chelsea Football Club trophies, you invest the way you've been investing, in terms of 200 million every summer, 200 million every summer, 250 million every summer, I promise you will never hear me moan a word about Eghbali and Bowley. Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley, I will criticize your player selections, but I will praise you when you get it right. João Pedro, round of applause. I was wrong. I didn't think he could finish like this. What did I say? Beautiful link-up play. He'll be great in picking up spots. He'll be like Firmino, but he can't finish. Bro, I was wrong. Not only can he finishes into a prolific nature. Yes, it's a small sample size, but I hope I will continue to be wrong. So, this was the Kavkas View. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, man, I'm really proud of this team. Genuinely, I woke up with the biggest smile on my face.